Yeah. Yeah. You already know what it is, baby. Hoops talk. Relly Rell. Let's get into it, my D. Finals, baby. You already know. Game 3, game 4. Let's get into it. Game 3. You know what I'm saying? The atmosphere was right. It was a little crazy because you know your boy, the leader of the free world, supposedly free world. You know what I'm saying? He was in the building for whatever reason, killing all the mojo. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks fan, the whole arena booing him at the national anthem, Mr. Donald. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Donald. I don't know why Donald was there. Be real with you. I don't know why Donald was there. But you could tell it was a black cloud over Madison Square. You know what I'm saying? He had Madison Square barricaded. From what I heard, the governor did it because the governor didn't want none of this stuff going on in the crowds, which I get because they've been bugging. They've been bugging. You know what I'm saying? As for that, you know what I'm saying? As for, beating up the Spurs fans and all that, like y'all wilding out there, New York. Chill out. Y'all wilding. Beating up the Spurs fans. One of them look old, you know what I'm saying? Then there's another guy, you know what I'm saying? Y'all chill out. Y'all chasing the little kid. He looked like he was about 20, 22. Y'all chasing him down the street. Y'all wilding right now. Y'all throwing eggs at Wimby. Y'all bugging. New York, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this win with honor and dignity, man. You know what I'm saying? We work too hard for this, B. Y'all wilding right now. New York is New York, though. You know what I'm saying? It's grimy out there. So, it is what it is. But y'all wrong for doing that. And it's back to the, you know what I'm saying? Let's get back to game 3. Like I said, MSG got barricaded. They moving, you know what I'm saying, the watch party. You know what I'm saying? To Bryant Park and all that. They in Central Park and all, you know what I'm saying? They moving them around. Brooklyn got their own watch party going on. It's lit, right? So we thinking, celebrities is in the air, celebrities is on celebrity roll, you know what I'm saying? It's looking real good right now. You know what I'm saying? Knicks come out is a, you know what I'm saying, is a back and forth, you know what I'm saying? It's a back and forth. The Knicks always start out bad. I don't know what's going on with the Knicks with starting their games off slow, but we putting ourselves in jeopardy every time we do this. You know what I'm saying? But we good though. We good. We good. But at the same time, we putting ourselves in jeopardy doing all this, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to start off better. We got to start this game off better. You know what I'm saying? But it got cooking. You know what I'm saying? Wimby instantly came in there with the aggression, catching 3 lobs. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning of the game, going to the paint, being real aggressive, showing like, yo, I'm here. We not backing down. You would think they would back down. You would think their morale would be down because they down 0-2 because we beat them both. We took both games in San Antonio. So I'm for sure thinking, you know what I'm saying? The Knicks is definitely about to bring the brooms out, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, the momentum is ours. The Spurs definitely took that momentum in game 3. We tried to, we tried to get it together, but the Spurs was in such a rhythm that, you know what I'm saying, we made some mistakes. Some things happened. Wimby, pushing JB, I can't front. That's why they throwing eggs at you, B. That's why they throwing eggs at you. Because you out here pushing our star player on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. Then you laughing at him. You in New York. You better act like you know where you at, Wimby. Let's be real. Act like you know where you at. You know what I'm saying? We ain't in France, my G. You know what I'm saying? I know you play some grown men. You know what I'm saying? You cool with the toughness or whatever. That's cool. You nice with it. But nah, don't touch JB like that, B. Somebody should have got up off that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Got in your grill. But, you know, need to say more, you know what I'm saying? They didn't give him no flagrant. They didn't call nothing. The fouls was not being called for us, definitely. Second half, it was Mike Brown already complained about it. Well, I honestly didn't care about the complaints about the fouling because this whole series been physical. And I like how they've been letting them play, but sometimes like the whistles was definitely favoring the San Antonio Spurs. You know, Wimby had 32, you know what I'm saying, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. He coming through, you know what I'm saying. Castle had 23. You know, it was, you know, Dylan Harper came off the bench with 13. It was we we was fighting an uphill battle and it didn't look good. It didn't look good. We had a chance to win the game though. The thing about it, we did have a chance to win the game. But second half, when it's 24-8 free throws, you know, I don't see how can you overcome such a gap between free throws. That means no fouls was being called for us, and they was calling all the fouls on us. So, you know what I'm saying? JB tried his best, man. He had 32. He tried his best. I can't front. He got a little pissed. He got a little pissed when it came to Wimby pushing him. I felt like he was playing a little hero ball and he got outside what we do, what we was doing to have us run it up, you know, 13 straight. You feel what I'm saying? We got outside of the program. You know what I'm saying? Cat didn't really get the ball. You know what I'm saying? We didn't play through Cat. We didn't move the ball a lot. OG gonna be OG. I ain't gonna lie. OG is runner up for MVP of this finals if we win because OG has been doing amazing things for us. He had 28 in game 3. You know what I'm saying? Brunson had 32, but it was like a hard 32. They was, you know, Castle, Vassell, you know, they had Champagne on them. They had Darren Fox on them. They was doubling them. But he was, you know, he was giving them the business. He was giving them the business. But I feel like he was playing hero ball. You know what I'm saying? He was getting outside the actual game plan and he was riding or dying with him, which I respect that because he is our best player. He is our star. He is our guy. He's Cat. He is Captain Big Body Brunson. But I felt like he should have got everybody else involved. You know what I'm saying? He should have got Mikal involved. Mikal had 2 points. We can't have that. We can't have that, man. We can't have that. And that's the reason why we lost, man. You know what I'm saying? Josh Hart tried, you know, say he had 16 and 9 or whatever assists. Our bench didn't really play like we needed them to play. You know what I'm saying? We didn't really get a good production with Mitch a little bit. You know what I'm saying? The game was going up and down. They made their run, we made our run, but at the end, their run was better than ours. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like certain fouls should have been called in game 3 that wasn't called, but you know, you know, it is what it is, man. This come with the territory when you're in the NBA finals. I love this is a great series. I mean, we still up. You know, they lost game 3, basically. You know, 115 to 111. You know what I'm saying? The Spurs won. Wimby snuck one. You know, Wimby and the boys snuck one. You know, in Madison Square Garden. It was already a black cloud because Mr. Donald was there. The energy was off. Everybody was saying it. You know what I'm saying? Even though the crowd was trying to get into it, but it was just different. You know what I'm saying? It was just a different atmosphere. It was something wrong. You know what I'm saying? It looked like the Knicks was going to lose. You know what I'm saying? The way they was playing. So, you know, cool. I gave, you know, Wimby good for 1. I said Knicks in 6 anyway. I thought Wimby was good for 1 or 2, you know, winning 1 or 2. You know, I was actually surprised we won both games in San Antonio. Well, game 1, I wasn't surprised. The Spurs was coming off of a game, you know, a 7-game series, and we had rest. So game 1, we was probably a little more ready for it. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't, you know, I'm not gonna say like, you know, that was that was on, that was on purpose or whatever. Like, I don't think they lost on purpose. They definitely tried to win. It was a good game, but it was just, you know what I'm saying? We took that. And then game two, I definitely felt like the Spurs was probably going to win game two. They at home. I mean, you know, Wimby was going to come back, whatever, but we snuck game. You know what I'm saying? We came back from, what I'm saying? We came back from a deficit and won and got the game back, right? So I'm thinking game three is a wrap. But, Wimby and the Spurs was like, nah. Castle and them, they was like, nah. Say they D'd up. They made sure they was in the game all game. And it came down to a couple of mistakes and, a couple non-foul calls and some things happened. And we lost the game. We lost the game. It is what it is. Game three. We lost the game. But I just want to say it was Donald's fault. It was Donald's fault that we lost the game, bro. You feel what I'm saying? It was Donald's fault that we lost the game. Let me see. Let me check the stats real quick. Let me check the stats real quick. Because I already know. Let me check the stats real quick, Bree. Yeah, you see, that was the summary. It wasn't good, man. It wasn't good, bro. The box scores was terrible, man. So I'm just saying, game three, we lost that. We lost that. The Spurs kind of took it, but we kind of lost that because we didn't play our game. That's what I'm saying. But now, let me say this. It's a lot of Knick haters out here. When we lost, everybody was like, happy. Like happy, like being funny. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even overreact when we lost because I was like, oh, all right, they stole one. Cool. We still up 2-1. We still up 2-1. They got to win game four. It's still pressure on them to tie it up. We good. I feel like we was going to make our adjustments. You know what I'm saying? And get with the program. I feel like we was going to make our adjustments. You know what I'm saying? JB was a little mad. He was, you know what I'm saying? He was tight. So we was good. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I want to say to the little Knick haters and the the un-Knick believers. Stay where you are. It's been 52 years, 53 actually, that we haven't had a championship. It's been 27 since we've been to the finals. I've seen two finals. Two finals. In 94, you know what I'm saying? In 94, I was like 9, going on 10, bro. 9 going on 10. You feel me? So when I saw that game, I was just looking at that game as a regular game. Regular game as a kid. Feel me? Now, 99, I actually had, I actually had a stake in that. We actually watched that whole season. I watched every season as I was growing up. So, MSG, I was always watching the Knicks. I was always watching the Knicks. I was either at the crib, cousin's crib, one of my homies' crib, next door at my granny's, watching it with my cousin Chris. You know what I'm saying? I was there. You know what I'm saying? I was watching. We was always watching. You know what I'm saying? Pat is my diehard. He my Knick guy. Starks is actually my guy. I love Starks. You know what I'm saying? I love Starks. That's like my doppelganger. Well, when I was younger, I used to look like him. You know what I'm saying? We used to look alike. You know what I'm saying? But neither here or there. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm saying, I was invested in that 99 series. So I was there. I was watching. We had LJ. You know what I'm saying? We had LJ, baby. You know what I'm saying? We had LJ. We had Spree. We had, you know what I'm saying, H2O. You know what I'm saying? We had Marcus Camby. Only reason why I felt like we lost for real in the finals is Pat got hurt. That's it. Pat got hurt. If we'd have had Pat, we had somebody for David Robinson. We had Camby for, we had Camby and Pat for David Robinson and Duncan. You know what I'm saying? LJ was going to do his thing. Allen Houston was H2O was going to do his thing. We had Charlie Ward and Chris Childs. Bro, out of here with that, man. We would have had that if Pat wasn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I had a heartache when it comes to being in the finals and dealing with the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? We had to go against Jordan. It was over. Had to go against Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So when I say this, with this being said, this is where all the energy comes into game 4. Now, we expected the Knicks to be ready game 4, actually make adjustments and change. And I'm going to be honest with you. That didn't happen at first. The Spurs started the game blitzing us, basically spanking us. We looking terrible. Can't hit a shot, making stupid turnovers. Foul, like Cat got 2 fouls in 1 minute, which was crazy. Already complained about the foul calling going the Spurs way, and then they come over here and be like, all right, well, we're gonna get Cat 2 fouls and get him out the first half. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? They get Mitch in foul trouble. Mitch in foul trouble. Everybody was already in foul trouble game 3. JB had 5 fouls. Crazy. This game, they was bugging in the beginning. Spurs get off to a hot start, right? Hitting every 3 known to man. I don't even get it. Like, they were even hitting the contested ones. But we kept leaving them out in the corner. That's how we was playing them, basically. That's how our defense was playing. That was our game plan, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But we kept leaving them in the corners. They was hitting. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was hitting. From Fox, from Harper, from Castle, Vassell, Champagny. You know what I'm saying? Victor was doing his thing. Getting under, Mitch's skin. Mitch had to hit him with the, get off me. Yo, don't you ever say you in my head. You know what I'm saying? Don't you ever say that. He pointing his head, laughing. They think it's a joke. They blowing us out, though. First quarter, it's 22-41. You feel me? It's 22-41. Second quarter, I'm thinking, well, they gonna wake up. They gonna wake up. It's looking even worse. It's looking bad. It's looking even worse. I can't even think or fathom what I was feeling at the time. Cause you know what I'm saying? I was at a Knicks watch party, you know what I'm saying, with the, the Knicks mob, ATL. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, you know what I'm saying? Love, man. And it was looking bad. We was all looking like, yo, what is going on? Like, yo, what the deal? Why they playing like this right now? They playing like they, you know what I'm saying? Like they lost momentum. It looked like we lost the momentum. But in my heart, and I was telling the people around me, like, yo, chill. Let them walk them down. We gonna walk them down. I'm telling you. Second quarter looked terrible. But we was looking like we was trying to get a little, we was trying to get it shaken. But, you know what I'm saying? It was still, the second quarter, they beat us 35-27. You know what I'm saying? Now, shit, I mean, we down 30, 29, whatever. So we like, oh, this not looking good. You know what I'm saying? This not looking good. Halftime, I said, we gonna walk them down, watch. Walk them down. I said, wait till like 7-minute, 6-minute mark. You know, it's gonna turn up. The heat gonna turn up. Big Body Brunson ain't gonna stand for it. OG not gonna stand for it. You know what I'm saying? Because OG was still going. Like no matter what was going on, we was losing. We was behind 30. OG was still getting it in. Like yo, don't worry. OG to the rescue. Brunson was still getting it in. You know what I'm saying? We was still playing. The crazy part is we was still playing hard, but it was just looking bad because the Spurs wasn't missing anything. They wasn't missing a shot, yo. It was crazy. It was crazy. First half, they was just, I think what they had like 11 threes first half, what, 13 or something like that. It was, yo, they was, I mean, the basket was the size of the Atlantic Ocean, my G. The Pacific Harbor, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it. The size of the Grand Canyon. They was just throwing the ball up and it was just, you feel me? Like, I'm tripping. Like, yo, this is crazy. They hot right now. I said, but they gonna cool down and we gonna walk them down. Chill. You know, everybody looking worried. I'm like, nah, don't worry. We gonna walk them down. And what did we do? We walked them down. Walked them all the way down. You feel me? Cause you know what you can't. Cause you know what you can't. You can't overcome. You want to know? You want to know what you can't overcome? That heart. And that's what we got. That's what the Knicks got. We got all heart. Grimy, grizzly. Let's go. No quit. So we got it. We you know what I'm saying? The D turned up. The defense turned up. They start turning over the ball. The Spurs was falling in love with the three because they was hitting them in the first half, but then they wasn't hitting them in the second half like that. They was making some plays. They was trying to keep us off them, but we was just walking them down. They got down to 19, then 17, then 15. Then by fourth quarter, we was down. We was just down 15. 15 for the Knicks is like 8 points. You might as well say it's like an 8-point deficit. For us, 15, we, you know what I'm saying? We chopped 15 in half like it's nothing. So, you know, third quarter, we win that quarter 26-14. They only had 14 points. We was in the game now. Down 15. Fourth quarter. Now it get down to the nitty gritty. Fourth quarter, we got them down 32 points to 16. It's getting crazy now. Now we in it. Now it's back and forth. We get the lead. You know what I'm saying? JB. You know, JB with the floater. You know what I'm saying? I want to give the, you know, I want to give the hard hat and the Timberland boots to my man Jose Alvarado, Grand Theft Alvarado, boy, because he was when Mike Brown made that adjustment and put the 2 point guards, put him and Brunson in there at the same time. It freed up Brunson. When he wanted to get off the ball, he'd get off the ball. Jose was getting to the paint. He was getting to the paint, finding openings, you know what I'm saying, coming back out, and things were spreading, you know what I'm saying? Then you just the ball just found somebody. Oh, for a three. OG was hitting them. You know what I'm saying? Alvarado, I think, hit two big threes for us. You know what I'm saying? To bring us right there. And then, you know what happened? You know what time it was? Because I told my man when we was at the watch party, I said, hey, 4-minute mark, Big Body Brunson time. I said it might be a little more early because there's a little more urgency right now. But Big Body Brunson time. And what happened? Big Body Brunson time. Action Brunson. You know what I'm saying? Came through with the and another lay. You know what I'm saying? Then it was a wrap. Once we got the lead, and it was because that's the game we like to play. We like to play that, that uh shot for shot game. It's close. You know what I'm saying? We down 2, up 2, you score, we score. We love that. That's the Knicks, that's we good with that. The Spurs not. They made a lot of idiotic plays, and they still fell in love with the three. They just fell in love with the three. And they made a lot of dumb plays. They made a lot of turnovers, a lot of, they really wasn't managing the game like they should, and it was looking like they were inexperienced, which they are. It's their first time in the finals, and it started to show. Then once the Garden is lit, it's over with. It's over with. That aura goes around our Knicks, and then great things happen. You feel what I'm saying? And when we got that, man, when OG got that block, oh my God. Like when Josh Hart missed that layup, I ain't gonna lie, my heart almost fell out my chest. My heart almost fell out my chest, V. But when when OG got that block off off of De'Aaron Fox, and let me say this about De'Aaron Fox. Why you ain't pull out? Like, pause with that though. Why didn't you come back to the top of the key? Yeah, granted he was thinking like, all right, I'm ahead of him. De'Aaron Fox is one of the fastest dudes in the NBA. He chased the ball down, he got it. OG just didn't give up on the play. He thought he had delay. Hit be up 3, boom. Now they got to hit a 3, tie the game. Now we got to say, we got a chance. I see what he was thinking, but that boy OG said, "Give me this." You know what I'm saying? OG, man. OG said, "Give me that." Then we come down, boom. I ain't gonna lie, Brunson, big body. The shot, they was about to double team him. The shot he had, it was on target. It was just short. It was on target. It was just short. And when it did that bounce, I ain't gonna lie, all I saw was OG. When OG had that hand, man, went up. When OG had that hand go up, bro. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, yo. When OG did that, the place went crazy. First of all, where I was at, the place went crazy. You know what I'm saying? The place went crazy. You know what I'm saying? Sunrise Lounge, you know what I'm saying? And Austell, yo, the place went bananas, yo. We was wilding, yo, like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. You feel me? But, you know what I'm saying? Like OG, all night, OG was giving them the business, hitting threes, guarding Wimby. You know what I'm saying? Guarding whoever was going off, he was on them. You know what I'm saying? Getting to the paint, hitting his free throws. You know what I'm saying? We needed help. Cat wasn't, he didn't have a good first half. Second half, he gradually he had some plays that put us in position. And I love Cat for that. Cat played some great defense too down the stretch. Jose helped Brunson with the playmaking, hit some timely threes for us. Good. You feel me? He even lifted, you know what I'm saying? He even did a little, boom, the Wimby, you know what I'm saying? Took him off his feet. You feel what I'm saying? That's what you're supposed to do. Let him know you in New York. Let him know you in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all I can ask for, man. It's all I can ask for. My Knicks come back from a 30-point deficit, 29 points, 29-point deficit, the largest ever in Knick history, let alone the finals history. We making history. The deficits that we was winning by going in the playoffs on the way to the finals. And now this. You can't make this up. This Broadway, man. That's like a movie right now. What happened? What happened last night, man? I'm not even going front. That's like a movie. I'm so proud of our Knicks, man. I'm so proud of my Knicks. We here. We got it. We one game away. One game away. One game away, B, from winning. You know what I'm saying? Now we show no mercy. We stop playing because I'm be real. We snatched that from the Spurs. We snatched that game from the Spurs. There's no way they coming back from this. Now, I'm not going to doubt Wimby. Wimby might come back and want to, you know what I'm saying? And the refs might favor the Spurs again, and they might actually help them win Game 5, going to Game 6. But I'm gonna just let the Knicks know. I don't want a Game 6. Get it done. Let's get this out the way. I'm tired. Let's not play with our food. Let's clean the plate. You feel me? Let's clean the plate. We here now. One game away. OG. That 120 was well spent, my G. And they bet the extension is already waiting. You getting the max, my G, for that shot. You getting the max. Cat, you getting the max. You know what I'm saying? We need this squad. I know this squad is going back. I give a 7-year stretch. We will be there at least 3 times. At least 3 times. We will be there at least 3 times. Y'all hear what I'm saying? 7-year stretch, we will be there at least 3 times because we got everybody locked in at least the next 5 years. We got everybody locked in at least the next 5 to 7 years, especially when they start getting their extensions and stuff in a couple years. I think Brunson due for extension. I think a couple people due for extension. You know what I'm saying? Definitely Cat, because they didn't extend him this year. So I guess they was trying to see what he was going to do. So now he's definitely getting the extension. The way he played for us in the playoffs, he getting that. OG is getting whatever he wants. You feel me? Best 2-way player in the game right now. Say what you want. Say what you want. He should have been first team all defense. They actually played in his face by making him second team. He's first team, straight up. They got to put some respect on our name, B. You know what I'm saying? For all the haters that, you know what I'm saying, that want the Knicks to fail. Cool. Keep waiting. Keep waiting. We here, baby. Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5. Keep waiting. We here. Now y'all looking crazy. Everybody was, I saw it on social media. I saw it on my pages and stuff. I saw it on the feeds, man. Y'all was all like, yeah. Now pack the Spurs up. Pack them up. Pack them up. Let's leave them in San Antonio, because that's what we about to do. We about to leave them in San Antonio. We leaving them in San Antonio. Don't y'all go in there thinking like y'all already won this game. We got to stay focused. Let's go. Let's handle it, man. Let's leave them down there. They don't need to come back to New York. Leave them down there. You know what I'm saying? And whoever threw an egg at Wimby is a coward. You soft, G. Throwing eggs at players and stuff and hiding behind people, man. You soft. Y'all beating up, you know what I'm saying? Why can't they root for their team, man? We root for ours in a passionate way, bro. We root for it heavy. We everywhere. We on, you know what I'm saying? We the best fans in the NBA for a sports team. You feel me? For y'all to even act like that towards Spurs fans is crazy. Y'all chill with that. But like I said, Knicks at 5. We here. This is hoops talk. You already know what it is, man. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm hyped. Yeah, I'm on something right. I'm on it right now. You know what I'm saying? Ain't playing no games right now. Cause you know why? Cause I've been waiting a long time for this. I didn't even think this was gonna happen. But when we built this team, I was like, this is a possibility. And Big Body Brunson took us there. He took us there. You can say what you want. He's gonna be best Knick of all time. He do got to win another one to be the greatest Knick of all time. He do have to win another one to me to be the greatest Knick of all time because Walt is always going to be numero uno. He got two. You feel what I'm saying? But he going some clips pat. He going some clips pat. You know what I'm saying? He is. You know what I'm saying? And OG goes, yo, real talk. Like I said before, we can't win without OG. I said this a couple episodes ago when OG was hurt with the hamstring joint. I knew we can't win without OG. And this is the reason why I said that. Look how this happened. Look how this happened. OG with 33, babe. You know what I'm saying? OG had 33. You know what I'm saying? We had them in check. You know what I'm saying? In the second half. Lockdown. OG had 33. Brunson had 36. Cat had a double-double. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Josh Hart, did his Josh Hart things, you know what I'm saying? Besides miss that layup. Don't do that again, B. Handle your business in game 4. Game 5. We ain't got time. We ain't got time for that. But you know what I'm saying? All I got to say is pack the Spurs up, man. We out of here. We about to win. We one game away. We got this. 53 years about to be, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, Knicks, baby, all day. Y'all gonna put some respect on our name because we gonna be here. We ain't going nowhere. We gonna be here. We gonna be here for the next few years. So y'all might as well get used to it. It's about to be orange and blue skies all year, all next year, the year after that, and the year after that. I'm gonna have the Knicks gear is gonna be crazy. We about to be out here nicked out all year when we win. Parade and everything. I'm trying to get up there. Trying to get up there for that parade, man. For real. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be at the watch party. We're going to be at the watch party Saturday to watch game 5. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be popping. I'm going to be out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be out there with my N.Y.O.T boy, Drew. You know what I'm saying? And we going to, you know what I'm saying? We probably going to get on live or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Do some things and, get some questionnaires, talk to some people, you know what I'm saying? Get some good footage. You know what I'm saying? Get some good content. But I just, you know what I'm saying? It's Knicks. Zaire, baby. This is Zaire, Knicks. Shout out JB. You know what I'm saying? Shout out OG. Shout out Cat. Shout out Josh Hart. Shout out my boy Alvarado. McBride, I need you to wake up. We need a McBride. We need a McBride game. We need a McBride game in this game. Let's go. Let's stop playing. We need a McBride game in this game. Shamit, we need you back. You ain't really have a good game, but it's cool. You've been doing good for us, You was due for a bad game, I guess. But that's it. Feel me? It's where we at, you know what I'm saying? That's all I got, it's what better feeling than the Knicks winning, bro? This is gonna be Knicks country. I'm telling you, we gonna be the capital of the United States of America, B. New York City. Say what you want. We gonna run the town. The NBA, everything's better when New York winning. You know what I'm saying? When the Knicks is when it's popping, B. The energy. I'm telling you, it's different. And y'all know it's different. That's why a lot of y'all hate it. A lot of y'all hate it because y'all know we're not gonna shut up. We're not gonna stop. That's the point. Be right there in your face with it. Feel me? Let's go. You already know what this is, man. Knicks in 5. This Hoops Talk. Relly Rell, B. Like, subscribe, and share. N.Y.O.T Media channel. Get on there, hit us up. Go on Instagram, N.Y.O.T. You know what I'm saying? N.Y.O.T, Hoops and Hip Hop. Let's get it popping. Follow us. We here, baby. Knicks is about to win it, man. And we gonna be right here. We gonna be right here, and I'm gonna be talking. I'm gonna be letting y'all know. Y'all better telling you, y'all better recognize, y'all put respect on it. You know what I'm saying? Put respect on that, B. And to the Knicks haters, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just call some couple people out just to give them a little shout outs. You know what I'm saying? Cuz Darius, you know what I'm saying? TJ, Terrence, you already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? My boy D Gator. Y'all was talking. Y'all was talking. You know what I'm saying? Who's saying? Who's talk? Relly Rell. We out. Peace.